Hello, I'm Peter, and welcome to another Tekken Beginners Fundamentals video. Just a preface, this video will have some frame data in it, so those of you who don't understand frame data, you should go ahead and watch the Tekken 103 Fundamentals video here. Boing. This video will also have some terms from the Tekken 105 Fundamentals video on low blocking and while standing state, so you can find that in my playlist as well. After the last video on low blocking, I had a few of you message me to go over the universal low parry. This is a good topic to cover since it is the next natural progression after low blocking. Today we are going to go over what a low parry is, what its properties are, when to low parry, and of course how to practice low parrying. So let's get started. Low parry. As the name suggests, low parries can be performed on low attacks and special mids. But more to come on that in a later video. After a successful low parry, you will push your opponent to the ground and they will bounce up a little. From here, you have a window of opportunity to juggle your opponent until they fall completely to the floor. Every character in the game has a low parry combo. The damage can vary from something like 40 damage to about 50-ish damage, depending on the combo. To execute a low parry, simply press down forward. Low parrying can be done from a standing state or from a crouching state. Like low blocking, the down forward can be pressed quickly or be held. But unlike low blocking, low parrying is only active for a brief moment. And a lot of numbers will pop up when you try to Google. When you try to Google what is the active window of a low parry. Alright, so I'm going to clarify here. Low parrying starts up in one frame, just as fast as a low block. To prove this, I'm going to have Asuka do a standing 2 jab. See here? Which is minus 11 on block. Dragunov will immediately retaliate with a down back 4, which is 12 frame startup. This results in a 1 frame window. And see? Asuka can low parry in time. Low parries stay active for 20 frames. Watch Asuka do a standing 3, which is minus 7 on block. Then Dragunov will do down back 3, which is a 27 frame startup. There is 20 frame window here, and look, Asuka can still low parry this. To verify that low parry is over at 21 frames, let's have Asuka do a down forward 2, which is minus 6 on block, and Dragunov is going to retaliate with down back 3 again, which again is 27 frame startup. There is a 21 frame window here. And this time, Asuka is unable to parry it. So there you have it. This is definitive proof that low parry starts up in 1 frame and is active for 20 frames. Low parry properties. You may wonder if all low attacks can be low parried. And the answer to that, no. All attacks with hands and feet can be low parried. Unparryable attacks are few and far between, but just for posterity, I will list them out here. Attacks that use the head, such as Yoshimitsu's flee into slide headbutt. Down forward 1+2, 2. This cannot be low parried. Shoulder attacks, Fang's landslide, quarter circle forward 1. This cannot be low parried. Knee attacks, Craig Marduk's knee slicer, down 4. This cannot be low parried. Weapon attacks, Noctis's delta thrust, down back 2. This cannot be low parried. And this also goes for Negan, Yoshimitsu, and any other characters with weapons. Projectiles. Geese's Reppuken, quarter circle forward 1, cannot be low parried. Alright? Note, also, after a low parry, all damage scaling starts at 70%, which prevents low parry combos from doing too much damage. One attack that is particularly hurt by this is Rage Art. If you've ever done a low parry and went straight into Rage Art and wondered, what the fuck? Why does it do so little damage? Well, here's your answer. Be cautious about throwing out Rage Arts during a low parry combo, unless you know it will kill, or it's going to get you close enough for a poke damage into knockout. When to low parry. Alright, here are some quick general rules on when to low parry. A good place to start low parrying is during attack strings that have lu, ha mix-ups in them. Here's an example. Law's back 2 string series. This is a classic example. Out of back 2, Law has 2 options to keep attacking. He has back 2-1, which is mid-high, or he can do back 3-4, which is mid-low-mid. After the back 2, if you press down forward, which will allow you to duck under the back 2-1, and then at the same time allow you to low parry the back 2-3-4 option should it come out. Strings like this are everywhere, and I mean fucking everywhere, man, everywhere. Here's another example. Alisa's 1-2 string series. She has 1-2-2, which is high-high-low, and she has 1-2-4, which is high-high-high. After the 1-2, you can press down forward, which will duck under the 1-2-4 option, and at the same time low parry the 1-2-2 option should it come out. Another good place to low parry is to punish Seeable Lows. But wait. Peter, you said to punish Seeable Lows with while standing attacks. No, I said most Seeable Lows can be heavily punished with while standing moves. This means some Seeable Lows are not optimally punished with while standing moves. Knowing which Seeable Low should be while standing punished and which should be low parried will definitely take time. I absolutely will take time, but that's nothing some studying can't fix. So let's take a look at Steve's down back 2. This is a seeable low that, if blocked, would only get you a 12 frame while standing punisher. In this case for Asuka, all she gets is this. While standing 4, that's all she gets. But if we were to low parry, however, you get substantially more damage. Alright, substantially more damage. Here's another example. King's Leg Breaker, full crouch, down forward 1. Again, this is a seeable low. And again, if we were to block this, same thing. We only get a 12 frame while standing punisher. And for Asuka, sad day. Sad day. Just while standing 4 if you were to block and punish this. But again, if we low parry, big chunky damage. And wall carry too. The last and final place to low parry is predicting a chip low. Remember back in the low block and while standing fundamentals video where I said you should just take chip lows if you have the health to afford it instead of low blocking? Well, this still holds true because the risk to reward ratio of low blocking a chip low and potentially eating a mid is just not worth it. Here is the damage you see from block punishing a chip low. Right here. And here is the damage you would take if you were to get hit by a mid launcher. Clearly not worth blocking this chip low. I wouldn't take this risk. Nope. However, low parrying is a little different. Look what happens if we parry a chip low. Much better reward. But don't get me wrong, this is not a green light to start trying to parry every single fucking chip low your opponent throws at you. Trying to low parry a chip low still runs you the risk of getting caught by a mid and straight up just dying. But the risk to reward is much better. Here are some rules on when to low parry. About to die. If you are about to die, and I mean literally about to fucking die from an unseeable low, then it's not a bad idea to think about low parrying. After all, what do you have to lose? Risk, reward wise, you have everything to gain and virtually nothing to lose. So you might as well gamble with that last drop of health. Wall carry. If you know that a low parry combo can carry your opponent to the wall for additional damage, low parrying becomes even more rewarding. If you are very low on health, the extra damage from wall carry can be a great opportunity to stage a comeback. So this is another great time to low parry. Wall escape. This is a dicier one to gamble your health on, so let me explain. If your back is to the wall and your opponent is pressuring you and peppering you with low attacks, low parrying can create breathing space and help relieve that pressure. See right here, we're able to create space just from the combo alone. However, be extremely careful as low parrying with your back to the wall can open you up to getting half your health just fucking deleted, right? Be cautious about using this. Use it sparingly. Here's an example of what happens if you miss that low parry and eat a mid. Deleted. Alrighty, we've arrived at the last section of this video, practice time. This first exercise we will practice low parrying strings with le, ha mix-ups, as well as block punishing seeable lows. Jump into practice mode, select your character, and then choose law. Go into the menus and for CPU action 1, set it to repeat action. For action 1, have law perform the following. Back to 1. Now navigate back to the menu and under action 2, we'll have law perform the following. Back 2, 3, 4. Once again, go back to the menus and this time for action 3, have law perform back 1, 2, delaying this 2, 2. And once more with feeling. Go back to the menus for action 4, record law performing down back 4, dragon tail. The goal of this exercise is to remain stand blocking the whole time and react to back 2, 1, back 2, 3, 4, and down back 4. When you see back 2 come out, press down forward in anticipation of the back 2, 3, 4 string to low parry it. If back 2, 1 comes out, instead while standing punish it accordingly with whatever punisher you have. When you see down back 4 come out, make sure to low block it and perform your best launcher on it. You're probably wondering, why is back 1, 2 with the delayed 2 in here? Well, this is here just to make sure you're fucking paying attention to what's going on the screen. I don't want you to be performing a low parry on every single goddamn second hit. If you're not paying attention and getting into the habit of ducking the second hit of every string, then back 1, 2, delayed 2 will hit you. Just block the back 1, 2, 2 string and do nothing. But for bonus points, punish it accordingly with your best 14 frame punisher. Alright, this next exercise we are going to differentiate between a seeable low that we need to low block and while standing punish, and a seeable low that needs to be low parried. Jump back into character select and again choose your character, then choose Asuka as the character we're going to practice against. Go into the menus and for CPU action 1, set it to repeat action. For action 1, we will have Asuka perform forward forward neutral back 1. Now navigate back to the menu, and under action 2, we will have Asuka perform the following: forward forward neutral 3-4. And one more time under action 3, we're going to have Asuka perform the following: forward 4-1. The goal of this exercise is to remain stand blocking until you see either back 1 or you see 3-4, 3-4. At which point you will low parry the back 1 and then low block the 3-4 and punish accordingly. The forward 4-1 is meant to be there as a deterrent from you just trying to guess when to low block or when to low parry. Now, it may seem a little weird that we have a forward forward neutral input for back 1 and 3-4, but the reason I did this is because forward 4-1 is a mid that comes out roughly at or roughly the same frames as back 1 and 3-4. And because it has a forward forward input, which makes it a little easier to distinguish than back 1 and 3-4, we added the forward forward input to back 1 and the forward forward input to 3-4 to hide it better with forward 4-1. Well guys, thank you so much for joining me on another fundamentals video regarding low parries. I hope this helped those of you out that didn't understand what a low parry was, or how to perform it, or when to perform it, or its limitations. If you enjoyed this content, please go ahead and leave me a like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell, you know the drill. Thanks so much. I'm Peter, and I'm signing out. Take care, guys.